Sadhana Pada. The Sadhana Pada lays down all the different sadhanas, all the different practices that a practitioner or an enthusiast who starts the journey on the path of yoga can incorporate. The very famous and widely practiced system of or the path of yoga, what's called as Ashtanga Yoga, Kriya Yoga, is also being mentioned in the second chapter of the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Now I'm going to chant the second chapter of the Patanjali Yoga Sutra today. Just try to listen to this. If you have a text, open it. Just go through it as I chant this entire second chapter of the Patanjali Yoga Sutras and try to connect to the chantings and try see if you can memorize the entire second chapter, or what you call as the second pada, the Samadhi pada. द्वितीयोऽध्यायः साधनपादः तपस्वाध्याय ईश्वरप्रणिधानानि क्रियायोगः समाधिभावनार्थः क्लेशतनुकरणार्थश्च अविद्या अस्मिता रागद्वेषाभिनिवेशः क्लेशः अविद्या क्षेत्रमुतरेषां प्रसुप्ततनुविच्छिन्नोदाहरणम् अनित्याशुचि दुःखानात्मसु नित्याशुचि सुखात्मख्यातिरविद्या दृग्दर्शन शक्त्योरेकात्म्येवा अस्मिता सुखानुशायी रागः दुःखानुशायी द्वेषः स्वरसवाही विदुषोऽपि तथा रूढोऽभिनिवेशयः ते प्रति प्रसवहेयः सूक्ष्मः ध्यानहेयास्तद्वृत्तयः क्लेशमूलः कर्माशयो दृष्टादृष्टा जन्मवेदनीयः सती मूले तद्विपाको जात्यायुर्भोगः ते ह्लाद परितापफलाः पुण्या हेतुतत्वात् परिणामतापसंस्कार दुःखैर्गुणवृत्तिर्निरोधाच्च दुःखमेवा सर्वं विवेकिनः हेयं दुःखमनागतं द्रष्टर्दृश्ययोः संयोग हेयहेतुः प्रकाशक्रियस्थितिशीलं भूतेन्द्रियात्मकं भोगापवर्गतं दृश्यं विशेष अविशेष लिङ्गमात्रलिङ्गानि गुणपर्वाणि द्रष्टा दृशीमात्रः शुद्धोऽपि प्रत्ययानुपश्यः तदर्थ एव दृश्य स आत्मा कृतार्थं प्रति नष्टमप्यनष्टं तदन्यसाधारणात्वात् स्वस्वामी शक्त्योः स्वरूपोपलब्धहेतुः संयोगः तस्य हेतुरविद्य तदभावात् संयोगाभावो हानं तदृशेः कैवल्यं विवेकज्ञातृविप्लव हानोपायः तस्य सप्तद प्रान्तभूमिः प्रज्ञा योगांगनुष्ठान क्षुद्धिक्षये ज्ञानदीप्तिरविवेकख्यातः यमा नियम आसना प्राणायाम प्रत्याहार धारणा ध्यान समाधौ अष्टवंगानि अहिंसा सत्य अस्तेय ब्रह्मचर्य अपरिग्रह यमाः जाति देश काल समयान्नवच्छिन्नाः सार्वभौम महाव्रतम् शौच संतोष तपस्वाध्याय ईश्वर प्रणिधानानि नियमाः वितर्कबाधने प्रतिपक्षभावनं वितर्कहिंसादयः कृतकारितानुमोदित लोभक्रोधमोहपूर्वक मृदुमध्यादिमात्र दुःखज्ञानान्तफल इति प्रतिपक्षभावनम् अहिंसा प्रतिष्ठायां तत्सन्निधौ वैरत्यागः सत्यप्रतिष्ठायां क्रियाफलाश्रयत्वम् अस्तेय प्रतिष्ठायां सर्वरत्नोपस्थानं ब्रह्मचर्य प्रतिष्ठायां वीर्यलाभः अपरिग्रहस्थैर्ये जन्मकथं तसंबोधः शौचात् स्वांगजिगुप्स परैरसंसर्गः सत्वशुद्धि सौमनस्यैकाग्र इंद्रियजय आत्मदर्शन योग्यत्वानि च संतोषादनुत्तमः सुखलाभः कायेन्द्रिय सिद्धिरक्षुद्धि क्षयात् तपसः स्वाध्यायादिष्टदेवता संप्रयोगः समाधि सिद्धिर ईश्वर प्रणिधानात् स्थिर सुखमासनं प्रयत्न शैथिल्य अनंत समापतिभ्यां ततो द्वन्द्वनभिघातः तस्मिन् सति श्वास प्रश्वासयोरपि गतिविच्छेदः प्राणायामः बाह्याभ्यन्तरस्तंभवृत्तिः देशकालसंख्याभिः परिदृष्टो दीर्घसूक्ष्मः बाह्याभ्यन्तर विषयाक्षेपी चतुर्थः ततः क्षीयते प्रकाशावरणं धारणासु च योग्यता मनसः स्वविषय संप्रयोगे चित्तस्य स्वरूपानुकार इवेन्द्रियाणां प्रत्याहारः ततः परमावश्यतेन्द्रियाणाम्. So this is the entire second chapter, the second pada, what we call as the sadhana pada of the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So in the second chapter of the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, the Sadhana Pada of the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Patanjali explains all the different sadhanas, all the different practices a practitioner can embark on once they start the journey. The entire explanation of the Kriya Yoga is explained, and Ashtanga Yoga, what is Ashtanga Yoga? And Patanjali explains each and every anga, all the yamas, starting from the yamas till the pratyahara. The second chapter ends with pratyahara. Yamas and niyamas are the do's and don'ts, the self-disciplinary practices that we have to apply to ourselves, and the universal vows that we have to take in order for us to continue on this journey. And then we have the asana practice, then we have the pranayama practice. And in the yamas and the niyamas, we have 5 different yamas: ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha. And the niyamas, we have shaucha, santosha, tapasvadhyaya, ishvara pranidhanani. And then comes the asana practice. So before you start your journey on the path of asana, it's very, very essential for you to understand what the yamas and the niyamas are. What does each of the yamas stands for? What does each of the niyamas stands for? And with this understanding of the yamas and the niyamas, once you start practicing the asanas, everything starts to make sense. And then once you attain perfection on the path of asana, and then you move towards pranayama practice, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama. And then once the pranayama, complete control over the breath and all the vital energy is achieved, then pratyahara happens. Pratyahara is what we call as complete control over the 5 senses: touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing. By practice of pratyahara, you will be able to withdraw all the senses inside you. Soul is the Atma, the Jivatma, what we call, is what is responsible for all these 5 senses to function. What does it mean? The 5 senses, the sense of taste, touch, smell, hearing, and sight, cannot function without the command of the soul. So, by practice of yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, you'll be able to completely withdraw all the senses inwards so that your journey is more inwards and not outwards. So this is what the entire second chapter study is all about. Study about Kriya Yoga. They say, what is tapas? What is the definition of zeal? What does enthusiasm mean? What does self-study mean? What does svadhyaya mean? And what does gratitude or surrendering to oneself mean? Which is what we call as Ishvara Pranidhana. The study of the second chapter of the Yoga Sutras starts with this. Tapasvadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhanani Kriya Yoga. Patanjali starts the second chapter by explaining what Kriya Yoga is. What is Kriya Yoga? It's a combination of tapas, the austerities, svadhyaya, self-study, Ishvara Pranidhanani, surrendering to the lotus feet of the God, surrendering to the lotus feet of oneself. And then he takes you and explains all the different practices, all the different sadhanas that you can do. Because each one of us come from a different background. Each one of us have a different mindset. Each one of us are different. So we can't say one system of practice has to be universal for everyone. So there are a lot of different practices for all different natures of humans that exist on planet Earth. Read through the chapter, study the chapter, and choose that which resonates with your inner being. So this is the second chapter of the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Try to remember it, try to memorize it. Let me know how you felt about this in the comments below. I really look forward to reading them. And don't forget to hit the thumb icon so that you stay updated of all the content that I'll be posting in the next couple of years.